Hey friends, I'm Laura Kashner and you're listening to the Simplified podcast. If you're looking for a quiet place where you can filter out the noise and the hustle, this is it. Every week we invite you to slow down and join us to explore practical ways to organize and automate the complicated parts of life so you can focus on what truly matters most. As you're checking off your holiday to-do list, I bet it's a little more fun to do it with your favorite piping hot beverage in a really cute mug. Well, friend, lucky for you, we have made the cutest holiday mugs just for you. And between our North Pole Paper Company mug and our colorful nutcrackers and a Happy Stripe 5, I just can't pick a favorite. These mugs are here for a limited time, so get them before they're gone. You can order yours right now over at emilylay.com. What do you do when you're staring down the list of dishes you're supposed to make for Thanksgiving and you start to feel that awful, overwhelming feeling begin to slowly take over? Ugh, it's no fun. Having an extra to-do list on top of everything else you need to do to make your life keep rolling along can feel like a lot. But you know what? You don't have to do the most. You don't have to score 100 on the things that do not matter. In fact, if you have that overwhelming feeling about any part of your upcoming holiday, let me remind you of our mantra for this time of year: simplify the season. That means going big on what matters and choosing the simple route for the rest. And today, we're going to talk about how to simplify your season when it comes to your Thanksgiving table. Because seriously, the dishes that appear on your Thanksgiving table do not need to be elaborate or delicious to bring delight to you and your people. That's always been true in my life. In fact, the perk of Thanksgiving for me, the food, yes, for sure. But when I think back to my childhood and what I remember most about Thanksgiving, it's all of the things and feelings surrounding the meal that make me smile most. Being together with the people I love, watching the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, having coffee with my mom, watching the Bears play the afternoon game after we've had our big meal together, playing a game of flag football out in the yard before it gets dark, and of course, going in for round 2 of leftovers. I mean, turkey sandwiches at like 9 p.m. on Thanksgiving are the best. As a kid, I never thought once about who made what was homemade, what was store-bought. I just remember sitting down at a fancy looking table with the warm glow of candles, sharing what we were thankful for and feeling so, so happy. And while turkey is the star of the Thanksgiving table, everybody knows what everybody is really looking forward to: the sides. Oh my gosh, all the sides. Potatoes and veggies and breads and stuffings and casseroles. The sides are what make Thanksgiving so special. But if you've signed up to make a laundry list of sides, it can feel overwhelming to think about how you're supposed to make sure they're all done and served at the right temperature all at the same time. And this, my friend, is where Simplify the Season comes in handy. Because believe me, I've had my share of Thanksgivings where we've tried to go all out on sides, making a ton of dishes that were all homemade, and I've burned myself out. I've also gone the very hands-off route where I didn't do that much prep and let the store or restaurants do it for me. And while I loved giving that prep work to someone else, there were sometimes things that I wish I had made myself. So now we do more of a hybrid situation. We make sure that the dishes that mattered most to us, like the turkey — Alex does our turkey, bless him — potatoes, green bean casserole, are ones that we make time to make just the way we like them. Then I let my family members bring whatever other sides they want to bring and enjoy. And then for the dishes that we all enjoy just fine the way they are from the store, like pies and other desserts and wine, I just toss those in my cart and go about my life. That has brought me so much holiday joy and tamped down the holiday stress. So today, I'm going to give you a few ways you can simplify 5 Thanksgiving sides and go the easy route. And I may have a few bonus ideas for you at the end, so make sure you stick around. Number 1, the OG mashed potatoes. You know them, you love them. You probably have had your favorite method of making mashed potatoes, probably something your mom or your grandmother whipped up for you. I respect that. It's not hard, right? Chop potatoes, boil potatoes, add your dairy or dairy adjacent products of choice, some salt and pepper, then mash, mash, mash. And if you want to make your life simple, make your mashed potatoes with Yukon Gold or red potatoes, because you don't even have to peel them before you chop them up. That saves so much time. Here's another idea. Sometimes I have a hard time getting all the things done and served at the temperature they're supposed to be. There have been many times that I've gotten my mashed potatoes done, but then they have to sit there while I was doing other stuff and then they got cold. You could put your mashed potatoes in a slow cooker on the warm setting, of course, but there's another thing you could try too. You can sort of do the prep work ahead by making mashed potatoes the way the Pioneer Woman does. And oh my word, talk about decadent. Ree mashes her potatoes with butter, cream cheese, and half and half. Yum. Then she puts it all in a casserole dish and bakes it till it's all bubbly. And the best thing about this method is you can leave your potatoes in the oven on warm until everything else is ready for you to eat. Talk about simple. Or if you really want to work ahead, you could make your potatoes a couple days before the big day, refrigerate them, and then pull them out, stick them in the oven when you need them. So easy and so doable. Number 2, the dark horse, baked potatoes. Listen, am I putting 2 potato dishes back to back? Yes. Yes, I am. And is it scandalous to mention baked potatoes on a Thanksgiving episode when mashed potatoes are the tradition? Maybe, but hear me out. Sometimes it's really hard to portion things correctly, especially if you have a bunch of people coming over. But if you opt for baked potatoes instead of mashed, you can easily figure out how many potatoes you need to make, because all you have to do is count everyone on the guest list, and voila, you'll have plenty of potatoes for everyone. Plus, making baked potatoes is completely hands-off for you. And you can keep them in the oven till you're ready to eat. Simply lay out all the fixings so that guests can make their own potatoes just as they wish. So easy. And if you have leftover potatoes, I think that would make a perfect vessel for any leftover Thanksgiving fixings. I mean, a baked potato with some turkey and stuffing and cranberry sauce, I would not be mad about that. Being in the grocery store during the holidays is like being stuck in a maze. And don't get me started on the wine aisle. I always end up grabbing the same bottle and running to the checkout so I can just get out of there. But guys, there's a simpler way to buy wine, especially during the holidays, and it's called First Leaf. I love First Leaf because they make it easy to get wine that's personalized to my taste, delivered right to my door exactly when I want it. Since I chose the day my shipment comes, I'm never stressed about missing a delivery. Plus, every selection they send me is backed by a 100% satisfaction guarantee. At Simplified, we're all about simplifying the season this year, and I'm taking that to heart in everything. That means I'm avoiding extra errands like going to the wine store, and that's where First Leaf comes in handy. They have a super short quiz that asks you what kind of food and wine you like, and they'll match you with delicious wines that are perfect for you. I need some wine to go with our Thanksgiving dinner, so I got a mix of whites and reds. I couldn't wait until Thanksgiving to try this Australian Shiraz from Wave Hill Council, and it's so good. It's a little sweet, and I wasn't expecting it to pair so well with our Friday night pizza, but I did, and I'm going to order myself another bottle soon. Find the wine you'll love this holiday season with First Leaf. Go to tryfirstleaf.com/simplified to sign up, and you'll get your first 6 hand-curated bottles for just $44.95. That's tryfirstleaf.com/simplified. Try firstleaf.com/simplified.
Guys, the holidays are here, and to simplify the season, I'm automating our dinner plans so I can free up my brain for other things. That's why I have my Green Chef coming to my door every single week. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit for eating clean. And during the busy holiday season, you can feel your best with nutritionist-approved recipes featuring clean ingredients with no artificial colors and sweeteners and limited added sugar and processed ingredients. The best part is that Green Chef makes it easy to eat this way, since they send pre-portioned and prepped ingredients, including pre-measured sauces, spices, and dressings, right to your door. Lately, we have been loving the chicken and potato soup. Oh my gosh, it's so comforting after a long day. And the truffle butter steak with potato wedges and Parmesan roasted broccoli was seriously as good as a fancy steakhouse. And we didn't have to dress up or pay the fancy steakhouse price. It was awesome. So this busy holiday season, make eating clean easy on yourself. For Green Chef's best deal of the year, get $250 off with code Simplified250 at greenchef.com/Simplified250. That's $250 off with code Simplified250 at greenchef.com/Simplified250. Green Chef, the #1 meal kit for eating clean.
Number 3, and speaking of something nobody's ever mad at, mac and cheese. Because mac and cheese is just the best. Creamy and soft and cheesy, what's not to love? But sometimes making the homemade version can feel like a time suck, but don't fret. There are still great alternatives to making sure the mac and cheese ends up on your Thanksgiving table without a headache. There are tons of mac and cheese recipes that you can make in your Instapot. Try the one from Mel's Kitchen Cafe. It's delicious and pretty hands-off. Or you can order some from your favorite restaurant. There's no shame in that. Or you can grab some pre-made mac and cheese from your favorite grocery store. The Bob Evans brand has some solid options. Or, and don't get mad at me for suggesting it, you could grab a few boxes of Kraft or Annie's mac and cheese and just make that. Yes, you can just do that for Thanksgiving. Listen, no one will care, I promise. Number 4, roasted veggies. If you're looking for a little color on your Thanksgiving table, roasting off a tray of veggies is the most delicious method. Thanksgiving is the perfect time to serve Brussels sprouts, which are in season this time of year. They're so good if you cut them in half, drizzle them with some olive oil, salt, and pepper, then toss them with some bacon and stick them in the oven on 425 for about 30 to 40 minutes. The leaves get nice and crispy on the outside and the insides get melt in your mouth tender. You can even drizzle on some balsamic vinegar at the end for a sweet and sour flavor that's so delicious. And if you have an air fryer, even better. Make the recipe exactly the same. Just cut the cooking time in half down to 15 to 20 minutes and you'll be all set. But if Brussels sprouts aren't your thing, don't worry about it. You can toss together onions, sweet potato, and bell pepper, or whatever your favorite veggies are, and roast them for about the same time, about 30 to 40 minutes at 425. Or grab a pack of pre-sliced roasting veggies from the store to make it even more simple. Okay, last but not least, stuffing. I'm gonna say it, stovetop stuffing is good. It's especially good if you don't feel like drying hunks of bread in the oven and then mixing all kinds of things together and baking it, which takes a hot minute. Stovetop is a pretty solid alternative for something it only takes 5 minutes to make. So those are the 5 big ideas I have for simplifying your sides. But I keep thinking of things. So surprise, surprise, you're going to get more than 5 ideas in this episode. First, there's corn. We don't have to get complicated here. Just grab some frozen whole corn, steam it in the microwave according to the package instructions, then add salt, pepper, and butter to your heart's content. The end. Just some buttery, delicious corn. Also, don't forget about ocean spray cranberry sauce. Listen, you can get really fancy with cranberry sauce, and I respect the people who do that. But the people at Ocean Spray know what they're doing here. Whether you prefer your cranberry sauce with berries or without, your cranberry diehards aren't going to care as long as it shows up on the table. And if you do want to make it fancy, just zest a little orange peel on top, and people are going to think you're so extra. And of course, there's bread. Any form of it. Pillsbury crescent rolls, Sister Schubert rolls, Red Lobster biscuits, Texas toast. Nobody is ever mad when the bread basket shows up at the party. Except for all you lovely gluten-free folks. But hey, they even make gluten-free Red Lobster biscuit mix. So now things are looking up for you. So be the hero of Thanksgiving and make your favorite bread, especially if it comes from the refrigerated section of the grocery store. Or even better, ask an 8-year-old to help you make that bread and you'll be their hero. And last but maybe least, a bag of salad mix and a good bottle of dressing. Do you know who likes a garden salad mix and a bottle of good ranch dressing? Almost everybody. Will this salad mix be eaten on the day of Thanksgiving? You've got like a 50-50 chance. I'm just being real. But are you going to be glad when you have it the next day when you're recovering from your carb coma and you want a little bit of green in your life? Yes, you definitely will. So there you go. That's all the ideas I've got for you today. I hope you found a few ways to go the simple route on your sides. And remember, do what matters on Turkey Day and just forget the rest. As we close out this episode, I'd like to say a little blessing for you as we get back to our days. May you find the simplicity you're looking for this holiday season. May you quickly see the shortest path to joy. May it be right in front of your face so that you just can't miss it. May you give yourself permission to let go of what doesn't matter so that you have room in your hands for what does. And may you enjoy every single morsel at your holiday table and every single person gathered around it. As always, I like to leave a little tip to help you put what we've talked about today into practice. And here's your task for this week. Did you know that you can make ahead almost every single element of your Thanksgiving dinner? It's true. Turkey, stuffing, potatoes, casseroles, bread dough. There are so many things that taste delicious even when you make them ahead and freeze them. Just do a Google search for recipes that'll reheat well. You'll thank yourself when all you have to do is pop a dish into the oven or on the stove. Hope that helps. Thank you for listening to the Simplified podcast. You can find show notes for this episode at emilylay.com/podcast, where you can check out links and resources I mentioned here. And you can find simplified gifts for every person on your list. You can follow me on Instagram at Laura Kashner and follow our brand at Simplified for more tips and inspiration to simplify the big things and enjoy the small things this holiday season. That's all I've got for you today. Until next time, thank you so much for listening. Bye.